Okay, so welcome back, guys. So we are done with the solar energy. Okay, solar energy, I have told you all the things. Okay, so trust me, you won't even leave single question. Okay, every question will come from my notes only. Okay, now some miscellaneous energy sources are there. I mean, remaining sources also I'll discuss. But today you might have heard about this fuel cell. Okay, there is something called fuel cell. Okay, so generally people will call it as battery, but battery will use for small appliances. Okay, battery, sorry, mobile. Okay, so small appliances. Fuel cell will use for large appliances. Okay, from battery to till the rocket. So in the Chandrayaan 3 also we have used fuel cell. Okay, so that fuel cell contains hydrogen. I have told you, hydrogen calorific value is very high. So that's the reason we have filled the rocket with hydrogen, and it will travel from Earth to Moon. Okay, in between nowhere it has refueled the vehicle again, because this has high calorific value. Okay, but the thing here is, if we are using this on the Earth, then we won't include oxygen here, but this is used in space. So here we have liquefied the oxygen and we have added that also in the Chandrayaan 3 rocket. Okay, see, any fuel, if it has to burn, then it has to combine with oxygen. See, what happens is, your bike has petrol. So petrol, now see, mileage depends on this. If you are going slowly, then what happens, mileage will be low. If you are maintaining 60-70 speed, your mileage will be maximum. If you are maintaining 80-90 100, then your mileage will be again low. So what happens here is, generally this fuel will mix with the air. This fuel will mix with the air, especially with the oxygen. Then only it will burn. Then only it will burn. Then only it will give the energy. It will give the heat. Now, if you have to start your vehicle, in the starting stages, it needs rich fuel, which means 80% petrol plus 20% air. Slowly, if you'll increase the speed, if you are maintaining 60-70 speed, then your vehicle needs moderate fuel, which means 50% fuel plus 50% oxygen. Okay, so again, if you are trying to increase your speed, then again your bike needs rich fuel. Again your bike needs rich fuel. So here my point is, if fuel has to burn, then it has to combine with oxygen. It has to combine with oxygen. That's the reason it has to burn. That's the reason there you won't have any oxygen. So we liquefied the oxygen. How will liquefy? Will compress the gases, then only it will be liquefied. We have already seen liquefied natural gas. So we have liquefied this hydrogen and then oxygen, and we have filled in the rocket, and then we have sent till the moon. And it's a great achievement for India. So today we are going to learn about that fuel cell. Okay, so this is basic introduction. See, that's the reason in your vehicle also, till 40, I think. Okay, 40 to 70 it will show economy, green color it will be, and remaining this will be red and this will be red, which means here rich fuel is required, and here also rich fuel is required. Here moderate, which means this fuel is required. Okay, so with this introduction we'll start the concept. Keep a heading: miscellaneous energy sources. Miscellaneous energy sources. You will not find these concepts in the books, but trust me, in UPSC you'll find so many questions from these topics. Okay, first one, we are going to read about fuel cell and microbial fuel cell. Fuel cell and microbial fuel cell. Fuel cell and microbial fuel cell. Both these concepts we're gonna do today, and then I'll leave you. Okay, merely it will take 25 minutes or 30 minutes, not more than that. Okay, so before that I need to explain a basic concept, which is difference between battery versus fuel cell. Fuel cell. Okay, so keep a heading like this, subheading like this, and then write down the differences: battery and fuel cell. In technology we'll use both the things, battery also and the fuel cell also, but in space only we'll use fuel cell. Okay, so if we'll learn this here, then it will be helpful in the space technology. Next chapter. Okay, first one, write down here: chemical substance that will charge and discharge up to certain period of time. Chemical substance that will charge and discharge, charge and discharge up to certain period of time. Certain period of time. Up to certain period of time, which means the life of battery is limited. Okay, so certain period of time only. So it will charge and again discharge, it will charge and again discharge, it will charge and again discharge. At a point of time the battery will be dead. Write down fuel cell. Okay, so here hydrogen will be there. Okay, so once the hydrogen is done, we'll replace with new hydrogen content, and then it will work again. Again hydrogen will be done, we'll replace with hydrogen, it will be done again. So here it is, life is unlimited. Okay, so write down, have hydrogen as source of energy. Have, have hydrogen has source of energy. Okay, here used in small size electrical appliances. Small size electrical appliances. Used in small size electrical appliances. Okay, they're used in both small and large, which means used in all sizes of electrical appliances. Used in all sizes of electrical appliances. Used in all sizes of electrical appliances. They write down in bracket from mobile to rocket. From mobile to rocket. From mobile to rocket. So these are the differences. And one more is there, but this produces, this will store DC current. The storage is DC current, here DC current only. So that's the reason only these two are differences and this is similarity. Okay. Okay. Now keep a heading as mechanism of fuel cell. Okay, before that, keep a heading as electrolysis. Elect Ah, where are we? Electrolysis. Yes. Electrolysis. See, generally, okay. So I have read this for so many times, but I have never understood this concept. Later, some smart fellow explained me this concept with the easy example and Desi Tarika example. So I'm giving you the same example. Okay. See, when we'll take water in a bowl or in a glass, okay. Now, do one thing. You keep the plug inside the, sorry, you'll keep in the socket plug, okay. And then you'll have two wires. Keep those two wires in the, keep those two wires in the water, okay. Now turn on the switch. You'll have a sound like zzz, okay. Now here what's happening is that sound, that magic which you are seeing is nothing but electrolysis. That magic which you are seeing is nothing but electrolysis. So this is magic for us. Inside what it is actually happening is it is breaking the water molecule. While breaking, obviously it will create some sound. That is sound. That is sound is nothing but it is breaking the water molecule. How it is breaking? When you are passing current inside a water, that electricity is breaking water into, okay. So this is electrolysis. Right on. Why I have explained you this, I'll tell you right on. Okay. Now here H plus is nothing but proton, not hydrogen. H2 we'll call it as hydrogen. H plus is proton. Okay, so this is electrolysis. Understood? Okay, simple concept. Take some water. Okay, keep two wires in that. Supply electricity. Then you will sound a zzz sound. That is sound is nothing but electrolysis. What's happening actually over there? It is breaking the water molecule into proton plus OH minus. Okay. Now what happens here is the same formula will be applicable for hydrogen as well. See, when we'll try to break this hydrogen molecule, okay. So I mean, here we have used electricity. So here we can use so many resources. Okay. Sometimes we will use platinum, sometimes we will use bacteria. Okay. So whatever the input is, okay. So if we'll try to break this hydrogen through electrolysis process, then what actually happens is we'll get proton plus electron will get. Okay. So this electron, if it will flow, then it will create electricity. So this is the concept of fuel cell. Understood? So we have a process called electrolysis, which means breaking down the water molecules. And then we tried with hydrogen molecule. So while trying with hydrogen molecule, what has actually happened is it broke down the hydrogen molecule into two. One is electron, second one is proton. Okay, if we'll try to separate proton from the electron, then we'll have electrons. If we'll try to flow the electrons, okay, then the opposite direction will be current. Okay, so this I'll explain you later how opposite direction. Okay, but remember, if the direction of electrons is this side, then the current direction will be this side. Okay, so obviously if in a wire electrons are flowing, then the current will also flow. Understood? Okay, so this is the concept of electrolysis. See, this is a complex process. I tried to simplify. Okay, so remember like this only. You're not here to be ISRO scientist. You're here to be a bureaucrat. So this much knowledge is more than enough. But still, trust me, this basic concept will make you ISRO scientist as well. Okay. Now, write down mechanism of fuel cell. Mechanism of mechanism of fuel cell. Fuel cell. Okay, now I'll draw the diagram, cut, copy, paste. Okay, okay, draw the picture, later I'll explain you. Done? Okay, now right down here we'll have electrolytes. Here we'll have electrolytes. Electrolytes, which is platinum. Which is platinum. The pink one which you are seeing, this is platinum. Okay, next, this green line which you are seeing, this is a membrane, which is proton exchange membrane. Proton exchange membrane. Proton exchange membrane. Okay, so see, first listen. See, what happens here is this chamber you are seeing on this side. Okay, so here we'll fill hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen fuel. Now from this, okay, you have electrolytes here, platinum. Now what platinum will do here is platinum will break electrolysis. Okay, platinum will break hydrogen into proton, which means H plus plus electron. Proton plus electron. Now what happens here is, once the process is done, here we'll have a electron. Okay. Again, one more H2 particle will come and will react with platinum, and one more electron will be formed. One more H2 particle will come, react with platinum, and electron will come. One more H2 particle will come and react, and it will be electron. Slowly here electrons will be accumulated. At a point of time, once it is filled electrons, then obviously it has to flow. So electrons will flow like this, electrons will flow like this. Then obviously in the opposite direction we'll have current, and this bulb will glow. Okay. Now see, I have told you proton plus electron. So this electron, it is flowing and it is creating electricity in the opposite direction, current in the opposite direction. Okay. And we are left with proton. So now in between there are green color membranes which are proton exchange membranes. Now what these membranes will do is, they will exchange the protons which are producing here with this side chamber. Okay. Here we have O2 supply. Now here H2 plus, sorry, H plus O2 will form water, and this will be the outlet chamber. So on one side electricity is producing, on the other side water is going out. The same process in the rocket also, H2 will be there and oxygen liquefied form will be there. Slowly in the rocket itself it will convert H2 into gas and oxygen into gas. One side oxygen will be there and on the other side H2 will be there. Now this H2 will react with platinum. H2 will produce electrons. Electrons will move in this direction and current will be moved in that direction. That's how electricity will be produced in the rocket. Energy will be produced in the rocket. Energy will be produced in the rocket. Now, water on the other side produced, it will be mixed in the air or in the space. Okay, it will be the outlet of rocket. Fine, understood this one? Yes, this is fuel cell. In the fuel cell, what it is happening? Nowhere it is charging. Electrons are not charging any chemical compound here. Simply here electrons are producing. Those electrons are traveling in the opposite direction. Current is traveling. That's how you are getting the electrical energy. That is the concept of fuel cell. Now, using this, first draw this one. Then I'll explain you this microbial fuel cell. So for you, question is like Chandrayaan 3. Okay, what are the fuels we have used? The combination of hydrogen plus oxygen in liquefied form. In liquid form. So cryogenic engine will be there. We have filled the cryogenic engine with liquefied form of hydrogen and oxygen. So this has given the energy, and with that energy from Earth to we have reached Moon. South Pole or North Pole? South Pole for the first time, and we are the third country. Any doubts here? Done? Okay. Now see, what happens is in the biomass also we have this hydrogen content, because I mean some liquids will be there in the biomass. So this also contains some hydrogen content. Okay, so what scientists has observed is some bacteria are there, hydrogenic bacteria we'll call them. These bacteria, what they'll do is they'll eat this nutrition from the biomass. While eating, they'll convert these hydrogen molecules into proton plus electron, proton plus electron, and they have separated these kind of bacteria, and they started calling them as hydrogenic bacteria. Hydrogenic bacteria. Now what happens here is, see, same process, same process. See, again, this is anaerobic cell, which means no oxygen will be there here. So this is anaerobic chamber. This is aerobic chamber. Now what they have done is they have inserted all those bacteria here. What is this bacteria called as? Hydrogenic bacteria. Hydrogenic bacteria means simple. See, organic waste. They'll convert the organic waste into hydrogen, proton plus electron. Okay. In between, what will be there? Hydrogenic bacteria. Hydrogenic bacteria. Now see, same process. Here we'll be having anode, and here we'll be having cathode. So now a connection will be there, a load here will be there. Okay. Now what happens here is, in place of H2, we'll fill this with organic waste. We'll fill this with organic waste. Now this bacteria will react with the organic waste, and it will convert into, okay. So now this will exchange, because there is a proton exchange membrane here. Again, proton exchange membrane, proton exchange membrane is there. So this hydrogen will go this side, and from this side we have oxygen. Okay. Now this will convert into water, and this water will come out. So this is the concept of, already I have given you the heading, microbial fuel cell, using microorganisms, and the microorganisms name is hydrogenic bacteria. See, in 2023 recently, okay, so in mains they have asked a question, how bacteria is useful in the process of energy generation. Okay, so first one is, yes, introduction. Bacteria will be useful in the process of energy generation like biomass, biogas, and then this one, microbial fuel cell. Okay, then you start explaining biogas. Okay, in the biogas I have told you organic waste, anaerobic respiration. Okay, so that thing you explain, and then you'll get biogas, methane plus carbon dioxide. Okay, if you can increase the concentration of methane, then it can be used as a fuel as well. Then stop it over there, and then start with this one. Okay, then explaining this as well. Okay, in future I'll add two more things. Okay, include those things as well, and your answer is ready. Understood? See, question is, I mean, quite logical. Is bacteria is useful for the process of energy generation? So normal people will not answer this, because why bacteria? Where bacteria and where electrical energy? How bacteria? So people will think in this way, but actually bacteria is creating energy here. Already we have seen two examples. One is biogas, and second one is microbial fuel cell. So this is the concept of fuel cell, and this is microbial fuel cell. The basic concept is electrolysis. Okay, draw the picture again. Okay, so science and tech, I have already told you 50 marks in the mains, and trust me, you'll get 50 marks. Okay, if you'll, I mean, you'll attempt 50 marks, you'll get 40, 45 for sure. for prelims, how they'll ask is, I mean, in the prelims also they have asked this question as a statement. In the statement he has given, bacteria will be helpful in the generation of electrical energy. People will think like, I mean, why bacteria will be helpful? They have chosen this is wrong statement, but the answer is, the statement is correct. Okay, so if you can, if you know that this statement is there correct, remaining all are you can eliminate, because this is there only in one option. So it's quite simple, but people don't know this logic. Even bacteria will be helpful in production of electricity, energy. Okay, so I mean, if you can see, already I have given answer for your previous questions, mains answer writing. Already 5 answers I have given you. Okay, so in between, after the end of energy chapter, check your all your previous questions. Okay, so trust me, everything will be answered in the class. Okay, chalo then let me end this session for today. I'll meet you guys in the next session.